Hello everyone, my name is Dietrich Ludwig and we are on our way to see a wind farm in Vermont. And wind energy in Vermont is a very interesting thing to talk about because Vermonters are completely split over the issue. Some people like it because it's good for the environment, it's a source of clean energy, and some people really don't like it because they think it's polluting of the landscape. We're going to take a look at each and maybe look at why it's completely ridiculous for Vermont, one of the most environmentally friendly states, to think that about wind energy. It is one of our primary sources of renewable energy. Wind and solar are the two big ones that we are going to increasingly need to rely on for an energy transition. So we'll look at why it might be kind of ridiculous for Vermonters to be so upset about this. It's pretty interesting, just driving up, some of the neighbors have these anti-wind signs. It's pretty interesting to kind of look at that. So there definitely is evidence of opposition to wind development right around this wind farm. This is
Jeff Snyder.
Jeff Snyder with
Vermont Environmental Research Associates,
Okay.
here representing Georgia Mountain Community Wind.
Okay, awesome. So obviously we're looking at kind of Vermont, and it's split in two over wind energy.
Okay.
There's some people that are really for it, and there's some people that are really against it.
Yeah.
We just wanted to ask you, what are the two different sides? What are the kind of each camp? What's their stance?
Well, I think everybody likes the idea of clean energy. Everybody likes the idea of not having the need to import energy from, say, oil, fracking, natural gas. The two sides really develop in the siting criterion, and how can we site these projects so that they maximize their potential output and energy responsibly and siting appropriately. The debate between that can be a little bit of a fine line based on different policies and opinions of varying regions, but ideally or primarily that's what it boils down to.
Cool. And we also wanted to ask, kind of, how much energy are these things supplying to the area? How much are they kicking out when the wind is?
Okay. This project, when it's going full blast, it's able to produce enough energy to power about 12,000 homes. However, as you guys saw earlier today, they don't always spin. There's not always that wind to support that. So on an average annual basis, it's about 4,100 homes is how many houses annually this project produces enough energy to support.
4,100 homes.
4,100.
Wow, cool. And there's how many turbines here?
These are 4 wind turbines, so that's about 1,000 homes each.
1,000 homes. For every one wind turbine we have up powering 1,000 homes. Pretty fascinating.
Yeah, just as a sort of a comparison between the technologies too, able to get that same amount of energy through solar, you'd need about 600 to 800 acres of solar to equal that same amount of electricity that we're getting through these 4 wind turbines right here.
I think most of the opposition that we hear in our neighborhood is the not in my backyard crowd. They think wind energy is fine, but they just don't want it here. And I don't think that's fair. Save the planet. Don't just think about your own backyard. It's not fair. We're all going to have to give a little. I just don't think it's fair to think that somebody else should have to deal with it. We should all deal with it.
And
Why don't you ask him what he thinks?
what do you think? What do you think? Hey, buddy. What?
Victor, are you being camera shy? Yeah.
Victor, hey, buddy. This is a nice jacket you have.
Saying I need to do my homework on the issue and I'll get back to you.
Yeah. What do you think?
Victor has an opinion, and that's he wants to go to bed.
Yeah, he really does.
So, but one day Victor will look at these wind turbines and have an opinion on them.
So I think they're really cool. Someone tried posting a picture on Facebook recently of a sunset with wind turbines, and oh, isn't this terrible? And I thought it was the coolest picture ever.
Yeah, okay, so here's someone that thinks that wind turbines are almost an improvement on the landscape, that we're taking almost the landscape of Vermont and improving it with wind turbines. Obviously there's ecological effects, but aesthetics are up for debate. Not everybody is going to say that they look bad, and some people, and I think you and I would agree that they are actually pretty cool to look at.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah.
Really cool.